My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance
in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
Hey, welcome back here to Scioto. You see the Varsity on the floor getting ready and warming up here, just about ready to I think we'll make things official here this evening. We're a little bit earlier than we usually are. They played 10-minute running halves here, and I'm old. I don't mind early nights. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell. Cheer our area teams on to victory. We are about to make things official.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
As we get ready to salute America with the playing of our national anthem.
At this time, please rise.
We'll turn things over to Chad Cox. And then our national anthem here this evening, getting ready to make things official. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDA.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Back here as we get the starting lineup this evening, brought to you by Mr. Chad Cox.
Number 15, Addie Despain. Number 21, Calissa Watkins. Number 32, Alyssa Smith. And number 20, Brooklyn Welsh. The Cyclones are coached by head coach Grant Bland and assisted by Mary Banonic. Officials tonight are Daryl Hipkinson, Stuart Harrison, and Kennedy Goody.
And just about ready to get things underway. Same thing tonight, John. Very big height advantage. Brooke Piper, of course, just a freshman. I remember her from 8th grade. Probably, what would you guess, 6'1", maybe?
Yeah, she definitely looks close up there. Definitely the tallest girl on the court right now. And
if you watched the JV game, West Prairie actually did a very good job defending that height advantage, so we'll see if that will carry over into this varsity game.
And they bring it down in the corner to Jones. Jones going to bring it out on the bounce for Ginther. Holds. They're looking at Piper. They had her for a second. Nice job by the Cyclone. Nice lob underneath. Beautiful catch and put up by Piper. That is in and good. And a nice assist. Got to give the credit to Dickerson. Pass brought out to Welsh as West Prairie goes to work here to Arnold. Going to have to be patient. Almost threw it past Watkins. And now Dickerson swatting at it. They tap it up. Pulling away with it is Jones. Jones in the lane. Goes up. Scoop is good. A scoop full of basketball and puts it in 4-0. A-Town in the lead. 7:15 mark. We are playing the regular quarters here. Despain fakes. Looking to dribble. Man-on-man put on by A-Town. And then the pass. Welsh able to chase it down. Tapped by Piper. She'll scoop it up. And off in the hands of Dickerson. Dickerson giving a look up the court. Nice job by Arnold to cut her off. And lobs to Jones. Jones puts it up and in and good. 6-0. The burst by the Tornado. 6:55 mark of the first quarter. And just what we talked about, John, the height advantage. West Prairie may have to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, and as you can see here, Grant Bland talking it over with his girls, trying to figure out exactly how they want to defend this size mismatch. And so far, A-Town's been able to capitalize on it, just throwing the ball where no one else can get it, and they've been able to shoot and score some layups here early, and we'll see if that continues for them.
And Piper with a nice catch from Dickerson. Wow, that was a game time lob, and wow, that was something else to see that lobbed up and in. Inbounds comes to Watkins. She's going to throw it cross court for Smith up to Welsh. Welsh has a 2-on-1, drives it in. Piper tipped it, but Welsh able to power through and put it up and in. Brooklyn Welsh, her first two, makes it 6-2. The lead for A-Town. Ginther over for Dickerson, down to Piper, coming out to get it. Back, and they'll work it up top for Jones. Jones now the long three. Put up there, missed by Ginther. Rebound chased down. And all the way out to front by James, who hits the offensive rebound. Out of Piper, cross court, and nice passing so far. Ginther able to just put it up and make it 8-0. Beauty of a cross court pass. Smith works for West Prairie. And now lobbed up the floor. Nice pass by West Prairie. Arnold puts it up, can't get it to go. Welsh the rebound, has it tapped and stolen away. And Dickerson comes out of there with it. Up quickly in the corner. Now they're waiting for Piper to go it down in the post, out to Dickerson. She'll put up the three, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. I believe Addie Despain tipped it out. And now they're going to have to work it in again. Triggering will be Jones. Inbounds to Ginther, up for Dickerson. Watches, brings it in the lane, dribble down, and put up. Nice use of the glass. The kiss by Jones, who's got 6. 10-2 lead now for A-Town. Watkins up over to Despain. Despain with a hold. Tried to go in the lane to Watkins. Tapped away. It'll stay with the Cyclones, and doing a nice job. They're actually dragging the big people out and bringing the guards in the lane, John.
And that's something that West Prairie is going to have to do if they want to be successful in this game. As you see a nice pass there, and layup just rolls out there. But like I said, that's going to be something that West Prairie is going to have to look for a lot. Is here, it's just attacking that zone with backdoor cuts and trying to get easy layups on inside.
Dickerson looks and fires it across court for James. Down for Ginther. Piper settles herself in the post and kind of swallows up Alyssa Smith under there. Now they bring it out to Dickerson. Now down to Piper. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Ginther the rebound. It won't go. Rebound tip. And finally pulling it down. Jones, who puts it up and in. Early on, she is jonesing as it is a 12-2 lead for A-Town. 4:40 clock rolling first quarter. Welsh with it out top, and she traveled. And we've got the mid-quarter timeout. We're going to step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Do want to thank Square Music Company for joining us tonight. They offer instruments, gear, lesson service, and more, located at 122 Northside Square in Macomb. Call the Macomb store at 309-431-5484. You can also visit the Quincy location at 725 North Hampshire Street. You can also find them online at squaremusic.com. This West Prairie game stream made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. McDonough Telephone offers lightning fast and reliable fiber internet, video, phone, and camera systems to the McDonough County area. Call 309-776-3211 to check availability. Ginther will bring us back to action. Up to Piper. Out to Ginther, swinging to Dickerson. Lob underneath, Piper stepping up to the 10 and puts it up and in. She's got 4 in the game, and the Bigs have scored about 12 of the 14 points here so far. Welsh, quick 3, no good. Rebound scooped up there by Ginther. And back the other way they'll come. Quickly up to Dickerson. Down in the corner, 3 is up and on the way, no good. Rebound, Welsh down with it, and she'll take off out of there as a 1-on-3, has to pull it up. Wanted to come to Watkins, now finds Allie Arnold open underneath the basket, who puts it up and puts it in. Nice find by them, John.
Yeah, and that pass right there, it's very similar to what A-Town's been doing, just getting the ball to the opposite wing and throwing it to the other side of the court so the cutter's coming underneath the basket. We'll see if West Prairie can continue to do that and maybe figure out how to defend it on the other end.
And that foul is going to be whistled on Alyssa Watkins. Alyssa Smith, rather. 1. Piper the free throw. It is good. As she puts home her 5th point of this first quarter of play, and we'll see a sub in just a moment. Free throw up and good. And she'll sit down as Emmerich comes in. And as mentioned, the only senior on this entire roster is Nettler, and we saw her in the JV game. Actually, I was going to check that. There's another one. Actually, it is Ginther is the senior. Addie Despain with the shot. Emmerich going to commit the personal. And they hurry Marr up off the bench to get in there. Their coach not very happy. Free throw on the way. Despain makes the first. Addie Despain puts it up and in. And Spain able to get both of them to roll home. And I know the point coach is making, you're that tall, why are you striking down at the basketball?
And that's exactly right. Coach able to point out something that maybe she can look to change here.
Marr out to Dickerson, cross course it. Ginther fakes 3. Nice job by Eddie Despain, and Watkins to jump at her. Up to Jones, down for Dickerson. Gives a look to Marr as we roll to 3:15 left in the first quarter, and Jones traveled. Reset those, Brent Dugan. Not happy with how they ran that there. Emmerich will come back in. 16-6 lead for A-Town. 3-minute mark of the first quarter of play. Watkins across the near side. Chased by Emmerich. Drives to lane and scuffles her feet as well, as Watkins was trying to come to the stop and turns it over. It has been, both teams have been kind of a feel-out period, and I'll go over, I want to highlight the youth of this A-Town roster. James rather. Now they work it up to Emmerich, down to Ginther. Wide open 3 on the way, no good, and the rebound tipped in the air. James down with it, back to Ginther. She'll fake, look to drive lane, bounces, beauty of a pass to Marr, puts it up and puts it in. That is her first 2, 18-6 lead here, 2.5 clock rolling. First quarter, Despain holds and waits, comes to Welsh, to Arnold. Arnold switching sides of the court to Watkins. Over to Despain. Addie Despain driving in the lane. That one a little hard off the glass, but trying to get her own rebound. Had it tipped and stolen away, and then nice job by Alyssa Smith to tie that one up, John.
Yeah, it really was. Able to get her hands on the ball there and keep the possession here with the West Prairie Cyclones.
It'll be Groman checking in, Dickerson back in, Ginther and Jones go out. Into Watkins. Bounces up to Welsh. Welsh back to Despain in the near corner. 3 is up and good. Addie Despain. The rain from Despain falls in on the plane and makes it 18-9, lead for A-Town. As the work back and forth, Dickerson to Emmerich, down to Groman. Back to Emmerich. Lobs it over the top to Dickerson. 1-2-2 zone put on here by West Prairie. Emmerich back to Dickerson. They're giving her a little room there. Down for James. Back to Dickerson. Over to Emmerich. She'll toe up the 3. It is good, no good. And rebound Addie Despain. Able to bring it up and get it to Watkins. Watkins. Far side. Fakes. Drives in. Bumped by Groman. And that'll be 2 shots at the free throw line. And that's really what you got to do. Freeze and attack there, John. And that's what she did a nice job. Kind of gave them a hesitation. And then get those big people leaning. Draw the foul.
Yeah, she was able to give him a nice little hesitation move there, and just went right around her, and she was able to get fouled. And let's see if she can convert the free throws.
And the first one a little hard off the rim. And we'll have an exchange here. Groman, Marr, and Emmerich go out. Piper, Jones, and Ginther back in. Watkins dribble, free throw is on the way. No good, and the rebound pulled down there by Jones off to Ginther. She'll push it up the court, slows on as she gets to the baseline. Lobs it out top, and they will run the offense here. Ginther cross courts it over to James. James waiting for a cutter. Now gets it to Dickerson in the corner, cross courts it. Ginther in the lane, shot is up and good.
And man, one thing I've really been impressed with here early from the this A-Town team is their ability to move the ball around the perimeter and make the skip passes to the open people in the zone.
Under a minute left to go here in the first quarter, 20-9 lead. Yes, I've been impressed with that too. Now Arnold with it in the lane. She'll be fouled. And that is already the 3rd on the team. And I'll put Allie Arnold up at the free throw line. I'll have substitutions for the Cyclones in a moment. Arnold, free throw no good. And Maddie Hood and Grace Vanonic will check in. She's going to replace Arnold in a moment. Alyssa Smith comes out. Free throw on the way. Second one banks in. Allie Arnold will take a seat. 20-10 lead for A-Town as we count it down here. I would guess maybe they won't probably work it down for one. They might. 53 seconds, a long time for that as Ginther brings it over the timeline. Dribbles, near side, holds. In the lane comes to Jones, and yep, they make me look back there as they definitely did not work it for one shot. Welsh going to push it into the front court, drives lane, loops it up, no good. Rebound, jump ball as Maddie Hood and Jones tied it up. It'll be A-Town possession. Back they'll go the other way, 20-10 lead. Ginther brings it down over for Dickerson, down in the corner. James thought about it, pulled it, and brings it over for Jones, over to Ginther. Pass down for Piper, coming out of the post in the lane. James, she'll look, bring it out. Now Ginther dribbles, has it stolen away by Vanonic. Turnover on A-Town. Vanonic dribbles up, shoots it. Can't get it to go as Jones says, get that out of here. Now comes Ginther. She'll heave it up at the buzzer. No good. Piper, the rebound, puts it up. Yep, it's good.
Wow, and that was just great clock awareness there by this A-Town team, able to get the shot up there and get some points before we head into the second quarter.
End of one quarter, 22-10 A-Town right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Tri-County Seeds, your local Golden Harvest seed advisor located in Scioto, rooted in genetics, agronomy, and service for over 10 years. Contact Nate Todd at 309-333-3437 for all your Golden Harvest corn, soybean, and soy seed treatment needs. Kind of like I need a tongue treatment at times to get that back going. At McDonough District Hospital, athletic trainers and MDH Rehabilitation Center, locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Cyclone student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. Back to second quarter action we go as Grace Vanonic, Eddie Despain, Lauren Powell, Maddie Hood, and Calissa Watkins on the floor. Despain with it, working against man-to-man pressure, comes to Powell. Powell tried to bounce down and is stolen out of there by Jones. It comes up to Ginther. Ginther driving on Watkins, puts it up and puts it in. Another turnover on the Cyclones, 24-10 lead, and they bring it over to Watkins. Watkins going to work toward the near side, comes back over to Powell and had it go right through her hands and out of bounds. And that couple of quick turnovers. And we'll see Allie Arnold come back in here at the next dead ball. It is Ginther, also Dickerson, Jones, Piper, and James. Down the corner to James. She'll hold it above her head. Ginther swings it over to Dickerson. And now everybody kind of coming, forming a triangle on that other side. They get in the corner to Ginther. Her three-way short, but right there's Piper to put it up and in. She's got 10 in the ball game. As they say, you can't teach tall, John.
No, you cannot. And that three-pointer there almost worked as a pass to her down low, and she was able to flip that layup up and in.
And stolen away once again by A-Town. Ginther over to Jones. Lays it up and count it. Addie Despain's going to pick up the personal foul, her second. And that's going to put Ashley Jones up the free throw line. She's got 10. Second A-Towner, second tornado or weather system to go into double digits. Emmerich will check in. And they'll get a little taller. I do remember this from junior high. They were awful, awful tall bunch of girls. And now Jones will set herself at the free throw line. Free throw is no good. And Emmerich right there to put it up and put it in. You got a rebound off a free throw. And go ahead, John.
Yeah, and that's just one thing that West Prairie is going to have to do throughout this game is rebound the basketball. I understand that it can be kind of hard going up against these taller girls, but just making sure you get a body into someone, box out, and try to close out these possessions.
And Allie Arnold tried to get one and spin in the lane, turns it over. Back over to A-Town. 30-10 they lead it here in this first half. 6-27 and counting here in this second quarter of play. Ginther to Dickerson, down to Emmerich. Emmerich holds back to Dickerson, over for Jones. The far side now, lob back to Jones. And you mentioned it, the quick movement of the ball here.
Yeah, I mean, A-Town, like we said, has been doing a great job working the ball around, being extremely patient on offense, waiting for the shot that they want to take, and making this West Prairie zone work around the top of the key, maybe get a little fatigued and just waiting for a mistake by them.
Vanonic tries to pass it inside to Welsh, has it tapped out of bounds. And now Groman will check in for A-Town. Piper will take a seat on the bench. Also, Maddie Hood out and Eddie Despain back in. Inbounds coming to Vanonic at half court. She'll bring it to Welsh. Welsh double team back to Vanonic. 16-footer, little too hard off the back, and Emmerich falls down with it. They'll whistle her for the travel. Is the oopsie. We'll give it over to West Prairie as they look to trigger their inbounds here. 30-10, A-Town leads. Despain having trouble getting it in, and that one, they're going to say that it went off of the back of the backboard, which is a turnover, and brings it back to A-Town. Another turnover on West Prairie. They've piled a bunch of them up in a hurry.
Yeah, and that's one thing that West Prairie is going to have to do if they want to look to win this game is just cut down on these sloppy passes and try to find the better shots, I guess.
Dickerson shot on the way, no good. Alyssa Smith out of there with the rebound. And back, Grace Vanonik walks it up the court here as we bring it down to 5.5 left to go here, second quarter. Vanonik tried to throw it to Welsh in the corner, and Emmerich says thank you as she tipped that one. James in for A-Town, as are Marr and Piper.
And one thing I'd like to see West Prairie do maybe here on the defensive end is maybe press up a little bit and start getting in the face of some of these defenders when they're inbounding the ball and not let these bigger girls get set down low.
Inbounds comes Brooklyn Welsh from Despain, puts it up and puts it in. Nice job on the back cut, and I don't think Coach Dugan was very happy with that because he will call a timeout, and we'll step aside as well. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
And welcome back in here. I do want to thank some more of our fine folks bringing you tonight's game, including the Community News Brief. Free publication distributed over 68 locations in Bushnell, Macomb, Colchester, Industry, Adair, and more towns throughout the area. It provides local news to McDonough County and parts of Fulton County every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. To submit a press release or get advertising information for the locally owned publication, contact Lynn at 309-333-8245 or email communitybbrief@gmail.com. Emmerich will be bringing it up here as she works to James. James holds. Now over to Marr. Marr back to James. Looks in at Piper. Alyssa Smith doing a good job moving around on her. Over to Marr. Marr just inside the three-point line. Now they work Piper up in the high post. Fakes, dribbles up, puts it up, can't get it to go. Got the rebound over the top of Alyssa Smith and just rolls it home.
And again, offensive rebounding being a big story here in this game. West Prairie needs to grab the rebound and close out these possessions and start limiting these second chance points.
Despain with it, and that is a travel because she gathered it, bounced, and then turned it over. And now we've got a timeout here as we get ready. And I tell you what, the way Coach Dugan is running three players in and out, I haven't seen that much action since a three-card shuffle game I saw recently. They've been running them in and out, of course, with West Prairie not having as many girls. A lot of fatigue there. 32-12, the lead for A-Town right now. And, John, they've just got to figure out a way to keep Piper off the boards.
Yeah, and as we were saying before we went into that break earlier, I would like to see West Prairie come out in some sort of press here and maybe try to force these A-Town players to play at a place they're not comfortable with and not let these bigger girls get set down on a low block.
And the biggest thing you got to do is you got to back up into them. I used to tell kids that I coached that's what the good Lord gave you a behind for, was to back it into people and move them out of there. Because if you get up underneath, you can draw some rebound fouls, loose ball fouls if they reach over the top of you. So that's one of the things you got to work on. And Piper's really good. All of them are really good at getting position and getting themselves in here. So you got to work extra hard on making sure you get them off and making sure you actually move them away from the basket, and that's what the Cyclones are going to have to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just going to have to be able to get a body into somebody. I know it's hard, but it really just comes down to effort here, and sometimes getting a body into somebody isn't enough, but we'll see if West Prairie can close out these possessions and, again, limit these second chance points that A-Town seems to be getting at will.
Dickerson down in the corner to James, up to Dickerson. She'll take a couple of bounces. They lob it underneath. Piper with a nice job getting herself squared, but taken away by Brooklyn Welsh on the miss. She'll go one-on-one, drives in the lane, puts it off the rim, no good. And I think it went off the hands of Welsh and out of bounds. And that's some things they may do too, is do some runouts, John, just to try to, break away from A-Town and get themselves out in the open court.
Yeah, and so far in this game, they haven't been able to convert too many, but West Prairie has been doing a good job of getting it. Now you see the and one there.
Ginther going to get the extra, and the foul off Calissa Watkins. That will be her first. And on the team, that is their third here in this first half of play. Ginther will step up, try to make the extra, and does, as she's got 9 now in the ballgame. 35-12, lead for A-Town. 4 minutes left to go in this second quarter of play. Watkins up with it, bounces down to Welsh. Welsh wheeling out top. Looked at Despain for a second, comes back to Watkins, who tried to catch it on the sideline and couldn't stick the feed on the sideline. Thank goodness we did not have to go to replay review. Because also thankful because we don't have it. 35-12, 3:45 left in the half as Ginther works in the lane. They dump down quickly to Piper, fakes, puts it up and puts it in.
Yeah, and that was really just a beautiful post entry pass. Threw it up there where no one else could get it, only her, and she was able to flip it up and in.
37-12 lead here, 3.5 left to go in the first half as Welsh has it batted away by Dickerson as they work the far side. And Despain ready, throws it out top to Welsh. Welsh jumped at quickly by James. Drives the lane, has it picked away. Dickerson out of there with it. Now Piper says, got your help, partner, as quickly Dickerson will walk it up. Quickly to James. James back to Dickerson. To Jones. Jones over to Ginther. And again, they just continue to look in to the post. Arnold with a nice near steal. Now Welsh scoops it up. Lost the handle on it. And out of there with it comes James.
Yeah, and again, that's one thing A-Town has done very good, working the ball around until they can get a post-entry pass, and so far it's worked for them.
Ginther drives up, puts it to Piper, puts it up, and she's hacked. Alyssa Smith going to give the personal foul.
And again, just another beautiful post-entry pass, able to throw it up to where only she can get it.
That's 2 on Alyssa Smith. Brooke Piper with the free throw line. Her free throw is good. That is her 15th point of this first half, 38-12, the lead for A-Town. Ready the second one. It is good. It's perfect. 4 of 4 from the line. 39-12 here, 2:45 left to half. Watkins up. Hands off to Welsh and had a little trouble getting a hold of it. To Arnold, to Despain. Despain dribbles, comes out to Welsh. Welsh going in the lane, shoots shot, and will get a foul. See who that one's on. And that is her first and the 4th on the team. The free throw line will be Brooklyn Welsh, one of the 3 seniors for this West Prairie team. Welsh, free throw on the way, sticks. Emmerich, Groman, and Marr come in. Piper, Jones, and Ginther go out for A-Town. Second one, good. 39-14 lead here, 2.5. Emmerich going to walk it up now. She's another one of those freshmen for A-Town. To Dickerson. Looking at Marr, now throws it cross court to James. She'll fake out to Emmerich. Emmerich wheels, tried to throw it in the lane, and Welsh says thanks for the gumball Mickey. He runs it up, works us down to 2 minutes left, and Emmerich going to say got you right back as she'll take steal, and Arnold going to give the bump foul as Emmerich will go to line for 2. Arnold with her first. Go ahead.
Yeah, and as you mentioned earlier, only one senior on this A-Town team, and I was thinking before the game maybe some of that inexperience would play a role here, but so far these girls have looked just as experienced as everyone else out there.
First one in by Emmerich. That is Sydney Emmerich. She'll ready the second one. Goes to put it on the way. It is good. 41-14 lead now. Grant Bland will talk things over with 2 minutes left to go in this first half. We'll step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Back here, as we need to thank more of the wonderful folks joining us here for this basketball season. They include the Bushnell Banking Center, a branch of Raritan State Bank located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell. They offer full-service banking and loan services for all of your banking needs. Come visit the bank of friendly service or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Cyclones. Bushnell Banking Center, equal housing lender, member FDIC. And back here for the last 2 minutes of this first half of play. Inbounds from Addie Despain to Watkins. And we'll walk it up here. Watkins waits, bounces down for Alyssa Smith. She'll work on Groman. Puts it up, can't get it to go, but draws the foul. Groman will pick up the personal. That is the 5th on the team. And up to the free throw line will step Alyssa Smith here tonight. Smith, ready, his free throw is up and rolls out, no good. Ready the second one. Puts it up and on the way, no good as well. And the rebound, Emmerich down with it, harassed by Watkins into Spain. And they'll walk it on out of there. Emmerich will work the point guard. Oh, that's something you don't see in high school, a 6-foot point guard.
Not very often, no.
As Dickerson works, back to Emmerich. Emmerich over to Dickerson. In the lane to Marr. Marr bounce out to James. She'll toe up the three, kind of the catapult style. And Brooklyn Welsh taps the rebound herself. One-on-one with Dickerson. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound batted around. And Marr will scoop it up. They lob it back up the court. Addie Despain jumps high, and she and Emmerich tie it up. Possession arrow will keep it with A-Town.
And a bit of a cornerback play, a little football reference there from Addie Spain, able to read the eyes of the passer and just get her hands on that one.
Dickerson, the pop three. Wow. Kind of the chuck and duck from the corner. And puts in the three, makes it 44-14. Under a minute we go in this first half. Watkins up to Welsh. Welsh wheeling around, nearly lost it, gathers it back in. Pops the long three. It is short rebound. Dickerson snaps it up. And out of there they'll come over to Emmerich. Emmerich working the near side. Out to Dickerson. Dickerson over to James. James back out to Dickerson. The lane to Marr. Marr bounces for Emmerich. Emmerich over for Dickerson. Got her wide open. Got the zone going. Missed it. Rebound tipped. Groman with it. She'll fake. And Addie Despain, nice job of tying her up. And what do they tell big people all the time, John? Do not bring the ball back behind your head.
No, and really right there, she should have just kept the ball up where no one else can get it. But Addie Spain really did a good job there, getting her hands on the ball and able to force the jump ball and get the possession back to the West Prairie Cyclones.
44-14, 30 seconds left. Despain trying to dribble in the lane. Groman cut her off. Despain needs some help. Brings it out to Watkins. Watkins a dribble, puts it up, no good. Rebound Arnold, she'll put it up, no good. And Marr finally out of there with it. They'll work it up here, 10 seconds and counting. Emmerich down in the corner for James. James for Marr. Marr goes to put it up. Can't get it to go. Tapped out of bounds by Despain. She's done a nice job defensively over the last couple minutes. Emmerich will trigger it in. 5 seconds left. You can catch, take a couple dribbles. To Dickerson. She's open. Three is on the way. It's good.
She had needed dribbles there, able to get the catch and shoot three to go through.
47-14 here at the half. The A-Town Tornadoes leading the Cyclones here. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, "You better come home because there's no roof." He said, "I look up and see the sky." He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Well, welcome back here. Let's give you the stats. 47-14 here at the half. The lead for the A-Town Tornadoes. For the Cyclones, 5 for Addie Despain. She's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 6 for Brooklyn Welsh, also 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 3 for Allie Arnold, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Alyssa Smith, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. 5 of 9 as a team from the free throw line. For A-Town, Brooke Piper with 16. 2 for Aaron Marr. Also, Bailey Dickerson was 6. 4 for Sydney Emmerich. 10 for Ashley Jones, and Emma Ginther with 9 as well. That is amazing, John. 26 of the 47 by Jones and Piper in this first half.
Yeah, and the A-Town bigs have really just been killing it down low, and a lot of that goes to the passing up top by some of these guards, able to work it around and get the ball to them inside, because as you know, without the ball, you can't score.
9-6 turnover lead for West Prairie, and that has hurt them some when they've brought up some quick shots. Also, rebounding-wise, not as bad on the surface as you would think. An 11-7 advantage for the A-Town Tornadoes, but a lot of that is due to Brooke Piper, putting up one and dones. I mean, a lot of the catching, putting it right up, and putting it right in, and that makes an awful difference. As hard as it is to score when you don't put it in the basket, it's also hard to rebound it when they put it in the basket. So that's going to be something that Coach Bland, I'm sure, talking to him about, really got to watch in this second half of play is got to find some way to keep Piper and Jones out of the lane or at least limit their scoring potential.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure how Coach Bland is going to do about that, but he's a great coach. I'm sure he has something worked up for it.
Well, and it is hard. Again, you can't teach tall. And I was going to give you kind of a look at this roster. Sophomores, Piper's a sophomore. Marr is a sophomore. Also, Emmerich is a sophomore. Again, Ginther's the only senior. You also have Groman's a sophomore. Addie Anderson's a freshman. Also, McCoon, who hasn't been in yet. Hendricks is a freshman. Hall and Horton, a freshman. Up and down the line, Dickerson and James are juniors along with Jones, but a lot of potential here for A-Town.
Oh, yes, definitely. And as we see by the score here, I mean, these girls are definitely going to be a problem once they start getting into the later years of their high school career, just by the way they've played tonight.
Ginther will trigger it in. And it'll be A-Town basketball. It is Ginther, Jones, Piper. They lob it into her. She double teamed. Doesn't matter. She still picks it up, puts it up. Can't get it to go. And Welsh pulls down the rebound. Brooklyn Welsh driving in the lane. Goes to put it up. Dumps it up and in. Able to put it up and in. Brooklyn Welsh has 8. Cuts it to 47-16. Just underway here is second half and the third quarter. Piper spins on the baseline. Bounces out to Dickerson. To Ginther. Couple of dribbles and gives to Jones. Back down to Piper. She'll fake, go up in the lane, put it up, and put it in. 18 for her. 49-16. Back comes Watkins, throws it through the hands of Smith. Piper picks it off, bounces it out for Dickerson. And back they'll come the other way. Off to Ginther. Over for James. And slows it up, bounces down to Piper, working on to Spain in the lane for Jones. Jones kicks out for Dickerson. She puts up 3. It's no good. And chased by James on the corner. Back to Piper, up and puts it in. 20 in the game for Piper now. And she's been kind of a wrecking crew on the inside there. Welsh with it for West Prairie. 51-16 lead for the Tornadoes. 6:40, clock rolling here in this third quarter. Smith has it batted out of her hands. Watkins able to gather it back. Back out to Welsh. To Jones. She'll bring it in the corner to Despain. Despain looking at Arnold. And Addie Despain will dribble. Fire to Watkins. She'll pump up the 3. It's good! Calissa Watkins drops home the 3-ball side pocket. 51-19 lead for A-Town. Into Piper among 3 Cyclones. And Alyssa Smith able to steal it away from her. Nice job there by Smith to take it away. And Watkins brings it up to Welsh. Drives the near side, puts up shot, won't go. Jones down with the rebound. And out of there, Workett. Ginther walks it up here. 5:50, clock roll in third quarter. Ginther to Dickerson. Dickerson in lane to Piper. And over to Jones. Jones, nice back cut. Beauty of a back cut there, John.
Yeah, it was really just a nice post-to-post pass there. Saw that she was wide open and was able to hold the ball above her head and get it to her.
53-19. Watkins up to Welsh. Welsh double team. Bounces it down for Watkins. Back to Welsh. Over to Despain. Despain puts up the quick three. No good. Rebound tipped right in Piper. It is amazing how she just takes it away from everybody, gathers it in, and Ginther will bring it up. Fakes, drives in the lane, misses the lay-in. Alyssa Smith high for the rebound. And back with it will come West Prairie with Watkins. Walking it up now. Calissa Watkins get a pick from Despain. Dickerson jumps back at her. Picked up her dribble and has it tapped out of bounds. I'm disappointed. Grant Bland did not make the play on that. And we'll have the ever-dreaded media timeout. We'll step aside. 53-19 lead for A-Town right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented to you by MDH.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
Back here, do want to thank more of the fine folks joining us here tonight. They include Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Bushnell for over 100 years. Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for a personal and business bank, as well as home and agriculture lending in its trust department. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street in Bushnell or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screen. JoJo's, 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell. Despain brings it in, gets it to Welsh, had to go chase it in the corner. And now back to Addie Despain. She'll look to drive and kind of threw it through Groman, but Jones was able to steal it. And A-Town will bring it up here now, 440, another switch of a lineup. Groman's in the game now. They bring it in to James. She'll put up shot and good. Mackenzie James with the two makes it 55-19. Watkins going to push the throttle, comes into Smith. She'll put up the quick shot, no good. Rebound chased, and Alyssa Smith, nice job of getting her own rebound. John, what a great hustle play by Alyssa Smith.
Yeah, and she's just able to stick with that ball there, follow her shot after she missed, and she's going to get a big possession here back for the West Prairie Cyclones.
And picking up the foul was Ginther. Emma Ginther picking up her first. Addie Despain looks to bring it in bounds into Watkins. Dribbles. Back to Despain. She'll put up the three. It's no good. Rebound Ginther, and Arnold doing a nice job pulling it away. And back they'll bring it to Addie Despain. Far side, she works it. Man on man put on here by the Tornadoes. Emmerich into the game now as well as Despain dribbles, wheels it cross court. Watkins puts up another three. Ring it up for Calissa Watkins. 55-22. Lead down to 33. As 3:40 left to go here, third quarter. They work it for Ginther. Couple of dribbles over to Jones. Jones back to Ginther. Couple of dribbles down to Marr. Bounce up to Ginther. Back to Marr. And they'll just keep bouncing it up top. Holding and waiting. Got Emmerich in the high post. Marr. Ginther to Emmerich. Emmerich bounces to Marr. She'll put it up. Won't go. Rebound. Watkins jumping high for it. And she'll come back out of there with it. Cyclones on the run. They bounce it into Smith. She misses shot. Rebound Addie Arnold in the corner. Up to Watkins, couple of dribbles. She'll go up, and that one hard off the back with the backboard integrity check.
Yeah, it looked like maybe she was trying to draw a foul there, but didn't get the call.
To Watkins. And that one off the hands of Marr. Addie Despain with it, puts it up, can't get it to go. And Ginther pulls the rebound down and walks it out of there. Up to Ginther, she'll drive in the lane, roll the layup in and good. That'll be a foul on Watkins, her second. And up to the free throw line will step Ginther for the three-point play. She is into double digits with 11. The third Tornado. Free throw no good, and Calissa Watkins will chase it down in the corner. 57-22 lead for A-Town. Brooklyn Welsh up top on Emmerich. Tried to fire it to Arnold, nearly taken away, and a fight for it on the sideline. And we'll see possession arrow.
I believe this is going to be A-Town ball.
Yep, it is A-Town ball. Alyssa Smith, Brooklyn Welsh.
Well,
and Calissa Watkins will come out. Lauren Bell, Maddie Hood, and Grace Vanonic will come in. Inbounds to Vanonic. Vanonic over to Bell. Bell waits, gives a look, puts it on the floor, bounces down to Arnold. Arnold throws to Despain. To Bell. Bell, couple of fakes. She'll drive in lane, put it up and in. Lauren Bell, ring the bell as she puts in the two. 57-24 lead. Ginther over to James. James says, I'll try the three. Won't go. Rebound tipped, and guess who? Lauren Bell scoops up the rebound. Waits for Grace Vanonic and now brings it out. Dribbles it up to half court over to Bell. Bell holding, looking at Maddie Hood down low to Arnold. Arnold going to take a couple dribbles, loses the handle. Emmerich says, thanks for the gumball, Mickey. She'll bring it out of there. Emmerich in the lane for James, and James.
I believe that was Allie Arnold getting in there, getting a little feisty in there, reaching for the ball.
A touch on the aggressive side.
But a jump ball nonetheless.
It is, and James will bring it in for A-Town here as Lauren Powell will come back in. Emmerich out top to Marr. Marr free throw lane out to Ginther. Her three is short. Rebound, Groman had it, and out of bounds it'll go to West Prairie. So change things over, 57-24, lead for the Tornadoes. A minute 20 left to go here in the third quarter. Ball, Lauren Powell can't quite grab it in, turns it over. And the turnover's starting to mount up on West Prairie. As Ginther will bring it inbounds over for Emmerich. They'll walk it up here. Piper, Dickerson, and Jones will check up in a moment. Marr going to dribble it out on the far side as we work to a minute 10 left. And the shot on the way by Emmerich. Bell with another rebound. And that's going to bring it out in the hands of Vanonic. Under a minute we go here. In this third quarter, they tried to bounce down to Spain, stolen away. Well, thought it was stolen away, and then a tie-up. Possession arrow should be with West Prairie, I believe. And substitutions coming in. Dickerson will throw it in. 55 seconds left to go. Actually, it is A-Town ball. Dickerson holds up top. Over to Jones, down to Piper. Piper jumped at and double teamed. Lobs it up in the air over for James. She'll toe up three. Won't go. Rebound. Addie Despain out of there with it. Throws it to Vanonic. Despain was trying to just get out of there. Vanonic. 30 seconds left in the quarter to Bell. Bell going to pump up three. It is no good. And Piper a rebound. She'll wing it up the court to James. James pulls up. 16-footer. Not probably what Coach Dugan had in mind. And the pass up the court, tap to Despain. 13 seconds left. Out to Lauren Powell. She'll put it up. Shot no good. Groman the rebound. Up to Piper, and she'll chuck it up the court to Dickerson and half court. Shot no good at the end of 3 quarters of play. 57-24 the lead here for the A-Town Tornadoes right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
And he said that's what happens when he doesn't switch it back to the in-gym camera. That happens at times because I'm getting old and one knee is particularly being cranky here this evening. John, last quarter of the season, last 8 minutes for some of these girls playing high school basketball. What do they do for this last 8 minutes?
I mean, honestly, it's just going to be to play as hard as you can. Make sure you're diving on the floor for loose balls and just – you don't want to go out saying that you didn't give all you could. So,
and the inbounds, Addie Despain going to throw that one out of bounds. And so Allie Arnold will check in. It is Allie Arnold, also Addie Despain, Brooklyn Welsh, Calissa Watkins, and Alyssa Smith. Inbounds comes to Jones. She's joined by Dickerson, Piper, Groman, and James. Hold here. Over to Dickerson. Out to Jones. Jones, couple of dribbles. Down to Groman, to Piper. Piper holds, cross-courts it to Dickerson, fakes the three, dribbles, bounces, nice cross-court pass to Piper, puts it off the glass, no good. Addie Despain with it, and out of there with it will come the Cyclones. Watkins up, dribbles, kicks out for Welsh. Welsh couple of dribbles, back over to Addie Despain on the far side. Wings it cross-court, Watkins going to put up the three, no good, rebound, Piper able to get it. And back to Dickerson. Dickerson up to Jones, to Piper. Fakes, couple of dribbles, kicks back out to Jones. Three is on the way, no good. Rebound, Groman takes it away from Smith and just puts it up and in. And I can tell you, as somebody who was science challenged in high school, that's just not fair.
and as you've been saying, you can't teach tall, and right there, tall is going to win.
Welsh three-pointer, no good. And James pulls down the rebound for A-Town. Up to Jones. Jones trying the scoop shot, no good. And Alyssa Smith had the rebound. Smith gonna get up. And Maddie Hood will come in. As Alyssa Smith going to go out there, and Maddie Hood checking in for her. Shot in to Dickerson. They lob down low. Piper just able to scoop it back up and travels with it.
Yep, just tried to get a little too fancy on the footwork there and walked with it.
6 minutes left to go here in this ball game. Clock rolling, 59-24 lead here for A-Town. As Watkins dribbles down and comes out to Despain. She'll fake, dribble in, put it up, and gets the foul. Nice job there, Jones or Groman. Let's see. Let's see who that one's on. That's going to be actually whistled on Jones. Free throw by Despain is no good. And now Ginther, Emmerich, and Marr coming in. Jones and Piper going out, along with Dickerson. Despain sets herself. Free throw is no good, and the rebound chased down by Emmerich on the sideline. Despain says, give it to me. To Arnold. Arnold driving lane, misses it, and Ginther pulls the rebound out of there.
Looked like maybe that shot got blocked there.
They try to lob it to Groman. Allie Arnold the steal. She'll dribble in. Won't be able to get it. And it'll stay with the Cyclones. Good to see there. Alyssa Smith coming back in, placing Maddie Hood. As we count down to 4:45 left to go here in the ball game.
Yeah, and it's really good to see her back in the game here. Of course, this being their last game, wouldn't want to go out with an injury.
Watkins tried to throw it to Arnold, went through her legs. Emmerich is just going to let it go, and out of bounds over to A-Town. Emmerich into Ginther. 59-24 lead here As Ginther over to Emmerich, back over to Ginther. They work it back and forth. Fakes, comes to James. James, back up. And you can bet they're going to be pretty patient, John, about working it here.
Yeah, if you're the A-Town, if you're A-Town here, the clock is your friend. No reason to put up shots and give West Prairie any more possessions.
And Emmerich was really clapping her hands down there. They missed her. She was wide open underneath the basket and just didn't get it down to her. Turns it over after it gets tipped off her hands. And so they'll come back to it. Watkins dribbling, chased by Marr. Drives the lane, and she'll get the hands-on treatment. That'll be her first, Marr's first, and the third on the team. The Spain ready to bring it in. Bouncing in Allie Arnold. She'll pick up the foul. Ready to go up with it. We'll see who that is on. 2 shots for Allie Arnold. It'll be whistled on Emmerich. That is her second. Dickerson and Jones will check back in. Arnold free throw is good. She is 2 of 3 tonight. Dickerson and Jones in. Marr and Emmerich come out. Arnold ready for the second one. It is on the way. No good. Rebound pulled down by Jones. Quickly up to Jones on the far side. Back out to Dickerson. Down for a wide open James, who puts it up and puts it in.
And again, that's been the story of this game, just A-Town being able to move the ball around and find people wide open underneath the basket.
61-25. They bring it into Arnold. Arnold will shoot, won't go. Ginther trying to tear it away from Alyssa Smith. And they'll whistle Smith, I believe, for the personal. Indeed, they do. Alyssa Smith, her third. 2 minutes left here in the ball game. On the way with it is Ginther. Ginther going to drive down, bounces for Jones. Jones wheels and deals to Dickerson. Dickerson has it swatted away by Despain. Jones gets it back. She'll go toward the lane, lose it, and then get it out to Ginther. Ginther, teardrop is good.
And that was really just a pretty floater there by Ginther, able to float it up over the defense.
That is her 13th point. Watkins working a dribble and lost it off her hands and out of bounds. And now Emmerich and Marr will check back in for A-Town. Ginther and Dickerson will go out. So again, not fair when you can have a 6-foot point guard. Minute 24 left to go here. We'll have a timeout call. We'll step aside as well. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Bushnell's only furniture store will be celebrating its 60th anniversary in June. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the county and offers top-notch customer service, free delivery within 40 miles, and the best in home appliance repair in the area for everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one. Stop and see them at 481 West Main Street or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at www.mnbfurniturinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. 63-25 here. Work down to the last minute 20. Emmerich to Jones. Wanted to go to Marr. Back to Emmerich. She'll bring it for James. James working for a backdoor cut from Emmerich. She'll dribble down and go try to put it up. And Smith going to swat it away. Smith's fourth. And now Hood. Whoop. They'll come in just a moment. Emmerich at the free throw line. First one's on the way, and no good. Lauren Bell, Maddie Hood, and Grace Vanonic come in, replacing the seniors, getting a hand as they come out of the ball game. And Emmerich spotting herself at the line. Second one is good.
And really with that, those substitutions there, that might be the last we see from the seniors on this basketball court and for forever.
Hood going to be fouled from behind there. As 12 going to McJames commit the personal. And Ginther stepping out. And Emma Ginther, the lone senior, And Lauren Bell will put it up at the buzzer. And that is going to do it. 64-25, the final score. The West Prairie Cyclones fall to A-Town in the last basketball game here of the season. So glad you've been tuning in to us here. Let's take this commercial timeout, back to talk stats, and hopefully get a chance to talk to Coach Grant Bland of West Prairie. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
Helped me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life. Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Venture Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
And we're back here saying kind of a tearful goodbye to Emma Ginther for them here tonight. 64-25, the final score. Leading scorers are scoring summary 5 in the game for Addie Despain, 2 for Lauren Bell, 8 for Brooklyn Welsh here tonight, 6 for Calissa Watkins, 4 for Allie Arnold. The team 6 of 12 from the free throw line. For the A-Town Tornadoes, 20 for Brooke Piper. She was 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 2 for Erin Marr, 6 for Bailey Dickerson, also 4 in the game for Mackenzie James, 5 for Sydney Emmerich, 12 in the game for Ashley Jones, 13 for Emma Ginther, 2 for Mackenzie Groman. They were 8 of 11 from the free throw line, and really kind of the dominance on the boards picked up in the second half, the 22-18 advantage, and it was the turnovers. West Prairie with 12 tonight, 9 for the A-Town Tornadoes. John, for these Cyclones, just was kind of just too little too late because they just had a tall opponent, and I tell you what, this A-Town Tornado team, give me a year or so, they're going to be pretty darn good.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, a lot of youth on this team, and I think you said during one of the breaks, they just look like a well-oiled machine out there, able to work the ball around and get good shots. So, yeah, they're going to be pretty scary here moving forward.
And, of course, for the Cyclones, you bid goodbye to 3 wonderful young ladies, Brooklyn Welsh, also Calissa Watkins and Alyssa Smith. Just in being around them for the little bit I have, fun to be around them. 3 really good kids, and not just on the basketball court, but some great kids off the basketball court as well.
Yeah, definitely 3 girls that these younger players can look up to, and I know just as much as they are good players, they are good teachers to these younger kids. So.
And just good citizens. I hear a lot of great things about them in class, out in FFA, things like that. So you hear a lot of great things that they do throughout this school system. So did want to, kind of give them a shout out on that too, because that is sometimes just as important as the sports stuff. We're going to step aside for a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
You see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
Well, we're kind of hoping to get a word here with Coach Grant Bland, but I'll tell you what, John, you know, it was a weird season. At first, nobody ever knew whether it was actually going to come to fruition or not. Nobody knew whether they're going to get to play, whether they're not going to get to play. When they finally got to play, a lot of restrictions put on, but I've got to give a credit to all the teams, not just our Cyclones team, every team for how well they adapted to all that was thrown at them.
Yeah, and I think an even greater thing is to go out to all of the school boards and stuff that decided that we can actually have this games, and a big thanks to you guys for putting the games on for the people that can't be here. As you said, it's been a very different season, but hopefully moving forward things will change and we can finally get back to normal.
Well, we're hoping that comes our way coming up next season, and of course we head into volleyball, and volleyball will be right back here on Tuesday night. Back here for the first game. Also did want to mention a good shout out to the 7th grade girls volleyball team. They won the regional. They'll be in action in the sectional, and that's all the farther you can go coming up next week sometime. Then we'll also have 8th grade volleyball action. That'll be coming up for you on Saturday. I'll have that one. I know Ethan's got a couple more here to go as we kind of transition, and I know Dwayne's going to bring Bushnell West Prairie football to all you folks at home, so very excited to work with all of you here. And John, young man, it has been a fun, I know you and I will be working together a little bit more, but been fun, young man.
Yeah, hopefully we get to do a couple more games together. It's been a great time working with you, and honestly, you're a great guy to learn from to do this stuff, so I appreciate that.
I thank you very much. I do have a lot of knowledge of many things, but not all of it comes out at the same time. So, but happy to have you alongside, especially you young guys, you and Ethan. Looking forward to more of that coming in the volleyball season. As I want to say thank you to all the parents as well that have helped make this possible, have been very patient, all of you out in the listening audience that have said the wonderful things. That has been absolutely fantastic. We do appreciate it. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thanks. As I like to say, a good friend of mine used to say, thanks for tuning us in. Thanks for turning us on. You have been watching TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.